Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here with what's hot in the, oh, let me make sure the volume's all the way up. Yep, and I'm a little crooked. Could you close your door, Susan? I can hear myself.
I turned you off.
Okay.
I'll just listen to you from out there.
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting to hear yourself on time delay. It makes it difficult to focus. I don't think I have ADHD, but man, that's distracting. Welcome everybody to the last What's Hot in the Shop of 2020. Isn't that great to hear? Anytime I hear anyone say, this is the last whatever for 2020, I'm like, yes! I am so ready for a new year and new yarn and new knitting project. We are currently locked up. And we close to the public from 12 to 1, so I can just talk to y'all. Welcome to all y'all for tuning in. We have both Susans here. They are far, far away from me, so I am going to go ahead and take off my mask. Good morning, Athami. Okay. Whew. It's a little warm. We have a bunch of fun stuff to talk about. And as usual, I just start off while people are rolling in talking about we are open to the public from 11 to 3, Monday through Saturday, except for from noon to 1 on Wednesdays, which is when I am here with you. And I'm sorry, I just realized the way I positioned it. I look like I have a dolphin floating over my head. It's a little distracting. Okay, focus, Barbara. So, of course, since it is the New Year's, we are actually closed tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, but then we will be back open in the new year on Monday, 3 to 11, Monday through Saturday.
11 to 3.
11 to 3. I am just a little discombobulated today, y'all. My apologies. 11 to 3. What did I say? 3 to 11? We're here.
11.
We're here all night. Or first thing in the morning. No. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we are not doing knitting in the store, but if you want to wear your woolies, you are more than welcome. Well, you don't really need it. It's like 70 degrees. You're more than welcome to bring your own chair and sit outside, socially distance, and knit. I hear a lot of laughing outside right now. There are several knitters out there having fun. If that sounds like fun to you, Saturdays are our biggest days for people coming in. Susan is bringing me something that I'm going to have to figure out what it is.
It's my twiddle muff.
Oh, Susan has her twiddle muff.
You can talk about that whenever.
Yes.
But
And so she's bringing me that bag and being very distracting today. The word for today is distracted.
There it is.
Okay, I promise you I did not get my my New Year's Eve celebration started early. Just easily distracted. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. Okay, so now we have our opening hours. We've been working hard. Susan has been working hard. Hi, Jennifer in Cincinnati. Did you get that Skyline chili for me? So we have been working on scheduling classes for the new year. It's a new year, time to learn new things. Hello, Gina. Is that Gina? Jenna in Arizona. It is new year, time to learn some new things or refresh yourself on some new things. We are starting a Knit Companion class. Now, what Knit Companion is Knit Companion is a app that you can use on your mobile devices that helps you knit. You upload PDFs into it, and you can either set it up yourself or purchase pre-set up patterns, and it has you can place stitch markers and line guides and keep track and row counters and all kinds of amazing stuff. Hello, Lise in Missouri. I assume Mo is Missouri. Hi, Janet. Skyline 5 minutes from your house. I would be in deep, deep trouble if there was a Skyline 5 minutes from my house. I just love the giant pile of cheese. I mean, I know there's spaghetti under there somewhere, but giant pile of cheese. So Knit Companion, it is an absolutely wonderful app that a lot of people use. Yes. So Jenna, this is for you. So starting January 13th, those are Wednesdays from 6 to 7 o'clock. There will be knit companion classes. Is it a series of classes? Four classes. So starting on the 13th, there will be 4 1-hour classes, 1.5-hour classes. We were a little busy this morning. We actually had quite a few people coming in and out of the store. So I didn't get all my notes down. So yes, Jenna, this is be great for you. So we have our Knit Companion Expert, and what you will do is it is a Zoom-based class. You come in, you'll have 4 sessions over the month, and you will learn how to optimize your Knit Companion usage. If you want to sign up for this or any of the classes I'm going to mention, what you need to do is go to agoodyarnsarasota.com and go click on classes, and you can do your reservations. And we use it through this, and once you've signed up, it automatically sends you the link for the Zoom class and reminds you that you need to take your class. So it is super fun on Zoom, and almost all our classes are Zoom based. Now, another thing that we are going to start back up, we took a little break, but starting on January 5th, we are going to restart myself and I teaching 1-hour-long Zoom classes on Tuesday nights. And they're from 4 to 5 o'clock. So they're kind of early evening. It's before dinner. And they are, I kind of call them low brain power classes. We're not trying to plow through a huge amount of material in an hour. We are just focusing in on like one subject and just either learning it from scratch or getting a reminder or tips. And they have been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to start them up again. Who else? Oh my gosh, lots of people. Lots of people are watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, starting on January 5th, we're going to have one. There's no knitting involved in the first one. And what it is yarn labels and substitutions. And you're like, what is a class on yarn labels? What this class is about is looking at a pattern and making sure you understand what yarn the pattern is calling for, so that you have the right ammunition to go and shop for the yarn. And then we will talk about how to read yarn labels that you get on the balls to make sure that you're matching up. And we will go into substituting yarn, including considerations of weight and fiber content and things like that. So, you know what? I'm going to tilt this down a little bit more. That dolphin was really distracting me. So that is the yarn labels class, and it helps you plan a better project and set yourself up for success with choosing yarn for your projects. Hello, we got Mary and Lisa and Cindy. Yeah, you have allergy issues, and that is when you're substituting and changing fibers, you can run into some issues. That actually, Jennifer, you might want to consider taking my blocking class, which we will be scheduling for the end of January. My blocking class is going to take place on a Saturday. It's over 2 hours, and that blocking class goes very in depth into fibers and how they interact with blocking and how they interact with knitting, and so that would actually be very so Jenna, will the class provide any written materials? Is that about my class, or is that the Knit Companion class you're asking about? All of my classes most of my classes have some sort of handout, but since it's only an hour long, they're not particularly extensive depending on what the class is. Like, I don't think I did a handout for the cast on bind off classes, but I'll work on that. And again, they're an hour long, and the classes cost $10. So go to Good Yarn website and sign up. So January 5th is yarn labels.
The Knit Companion will have a handout.
Knit Companion will have a handout. Oh, thank you, Janet. So yes, so the Knit Companion will have. The blocking class has a fairly extensive handout, but that's a much longer class. The yarn label does have a small handout. I think it's only 3 pages. So January 12th will be a class on cast-ons, where I'll do some of the most common ones, so you know what you're doing, and a couple fun ones. And then January 19th, we'll have a class on the most logical thing, bind-offs. So a couple of bind-offs to add to your repertoire. They're super fun. And then January 26th, we're going to do increases. Increases, what we're going to do is go through the most common increases and talk about how increases are used in patterns. And we'll definitely go through the common ones so you know you're doing it right or learning it for the first time, and then maybe a couple extra fun ones depending on how much time we get through. Same for bind-offs. We'll play. You know, it just depends on how fast we go. The increases, and then starting in February, we don't have a date precisely for this. We'll go into decreases, and then there's going to be chart reading. So there's a lot of fun. But the ones for January you can sign up for right now are yarn labels, cast-ons, bind-offs, and increases. Oh my goodness, these are going by so fast. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you like the blocking class. I honestly can say that my blocking class is quite possibly my favorite class to teach, because it's near and dear to my heart, and it's something I think people don't think about enough. And the blocking class could be more called planning a successful project, because it really goes into how blocking affects every decision that you have to make when planning your project. So, and the blocking class is, there's no homework and there's no knitting involved. So you just got to sit back and bring your big old brain and you can learn. And again, it's got a fairly extensive handout. So those are our upcoming classes for January. I have worked with Susan, and I have classes scheduled for working on scheduling for February and March. So we have 3 months of classes on Tuesday nights. If you want to make me your regular Tuesday night knitting date, that would be fantastic. It is a lot of fun in Zoom. So, deep breath. Let's start looking at, Susan brought over her twiddle muff. If you watched last week, we did, based on Erica Knight talking about it when she had the coffee talk, Susan is making a twiddle muff. And what that is it's like a muff, like you stick your hands in, but it's something that is very useful for people, especially people with dementia or Alzheimer's. They hold it in their lap, and it's got little like bits and bobs, and it's something for them to do with their hands, and it's been, studied, and it's soothing. So Susan wanted me to show you hers is coming along. Looky there. Isn't that fun? It is a great way to use up scraps. If you go on Ravelry and search for twiddle muff, you will find all kinds of patterns. She's got some awesome stuff in here that she is planning on using. We've got all kinds of fun stuff, brightly colored. Usually they end up with attaching like bows and buttons and little things that can be fiddled with. So if you're looking for a project that might do a little social good, this is, and I'm betting it might even help like students that have some ADHD or attention deficit issues. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, since I mentioned Erica Knight, let's go to, if you are a Rowan fan, you will probably recognize the name Dee Hardwicke. She is an amazing designer who has had a partnership with Rowan for quite some time, and she just we just received her final 2 books. She is no longer going to be designing for Rowan. I'm sure everything's fine. It's just she's moving on to other things. So we have These are the last two Dee Hardwicke books. And as always, they are absolutely beautiful. This one is for Kid Classic, and this one is for Cotton Cashmere. I'm going to show you these books. They are they're just amazing. So here is the seasonal palette. And look at this. It's really cool because it tells you like how she does her sketching. And there's a little article for her. But look at these cushions. I am all into cushions. We had a customer who did one of the Rowan cushions in felted tweed bring it in. It's so, so beautiful. We've got this sweater. We have a question. So in the cast on bind off, I will mention if it's stretchy or stable or things like that, but since it's only an hour long, we can't get that terribly in depth into trying to analyze each technique. But yes, so when we do it, I'll tell you this is a stretchy cast on or it's not a stretchy cast on, things like that, but not like super in depth because it's only an hour long. And it's mainly a technique class so that you know how to execute it. And I find simply getting through those parts of it pretty much takes up the whole hour, but it's a lot of fun. Look at this, hydrangea wrap. Oh. Color work, look at this cardigan. I love this really big, bold color work look. And she's got the cover blanket. Oh, so, so beautiful. They're just, look at this, a little bag. So this has a lot of beautiful, beautiful work in it. Big charts, big charts. And I wanted to show you the yarn that we have in. This is the Kid Classic that we have in stock. This is, and so you can see it is fuzzy. So let me check. So Kid Classic, it comes in 50-gram balls, and it is 100, no, that's meters. 153 yards, and it is 70% wool, 22% mohair, and 8% polyamide. And that's going to keep it really from stretching. So this is the nude color. Going in neutrals, this is cement, which is a fantastic gray. And then there is pumice, which is a super beautiful light gray. I'm going to put it next to the dark gray so you can see. I mean, it's bordering into white. Oh, that's the wrong yarn. They're all kind of close to each other. This is Seed, beautiful mustardy gold color. This is Autumn Leaf. Oh, I love that green. This is Blue Hydrangea, which, oh, I love hydrangeas. One of my favorite flowers, shrubs, whatever it is. And this is Summer Green. So we got Autumn Leaf and Summer Green. So we've got quite a few colors of this. It is beautiful, and there is the book to go with it. Then we've got the Cotton Cashmere book. Let me tell you, this Cotton Cashmere, oh, it's so luscious. So we look at the patterns. Again, we have her, I guess they're her sketches, her theories. We've got the oak branch hat and shawl, which I'm really curious how she did this detailing. I'm sure it's explained, but look at this. Look at that coat. Oh, it's amazing. I love these little buttons here. I don't know if they're functional or decorative, but the collar on it is really cool. And then that beautiful branch motif. Then there's this cute, I mean, super, super sweet cardigan. And since it's this cotton cashmere, these are not going to be heavy. They're going to be much lighter weight than a regular sweater that you would think of. And the stitch definition is amazing. This is Night Garden. So much eye candy, Clara. These mitts, oh, look at these mitts. So obviously we have the garden theme going on. This I love the pink and the green. I actually have some pink and green at home. Now I want to put it together. Wild scarf. Wild flowering sweater. Look at this turtleneck sweater. That looks like something so comfy. You would wear it all the time. And I like that it's a kind of far, it's almost a mock turtle because it's really not close to the neck. But it's got the fold over. So those are the patterns in the cotton cashmere. And I've got a whole box of cotton cashmere here. So I love this yarn so much. It's got beautiful stitch definition. It is a multiply yarn. It's got a sheen to it that you really don't expect from cotton. Again, it comes in 50-gram balls. It is 85%, my phone is vibrating, sorry about that. It is 85% cotton and 15% cashmere. So that cashmere gives it a beautiful softness. It's gonna bring a lot more drape than 100% cotton. As Susan just mentioned, to follow Dee on Instagram. She's got beautiful inspiration. This is the color Dahlia. We have a lot more colors of this. We have so much of this, so many beautiful colors in this yarn. This is Pearly, which is a beautiful, it's a little more pink than it's showing me on, you can see it next to here. It's definitely in the pink range. We have another pink that is Cinnabar, but more of a rosy, I think of this as like a Victorian pink. And then we've got Vintage Bloom. This is like cotton candy. This is almost hot pink. This is a great pink. So really pretty pinks. And then, so when you go up this originally, if you put it next here, it really goes more into the purpley red range. So it's great. We've got, this is gold, beautiful. This is Myrtle. Look at these two together. Oh, gorgeous. This is Coral. I love this color. I love all these colors. I'm going to just say I love all the colors. This is Ocean. I like these two together. Look at that. Then we've got, it just says Vint. Maybe Vintage. Oh, you know what? No, and it's slightly different. So you've got a purpley and a pinky. Maybe it's Vintage Pink. We've got some very subtly different greens. This is Seed, and this is Dark O. So the name of it. The problem is that I'm running into is they don't have the color name on the ball band. It's just the number, and we only have so much room on our tag to print numbers. So we've got this kind of more browny green and this pretty green. And then we've got, this is C, SP something. So again, see how subtle these greens are? And then we have Forest. So you can see this range of greens. If you wanted to do green, it's very cool. And then we've got Tulip. I'm going to show you, compare Tulip to Coral. You can see the differences there. It is so nice. I love this yarn. Cotton cashmere is great to wear. I knit my very picky daughter a shawl. That's awesome. This is Indigo, Ecru, and Stormy. Beautiful gray. I actually think these three colors together would do amazing things. Let me see if I can do this without the glare. There you go. And again, this is a DK weight. Both of these yarns, I forgot to mention, are DK weights. So they'll work great in DK patterns, but obviously we have these big packages. Yarn makeup. I think I mentioned, sorry about that. I thought I read it. Apparently I didn't. So it is a 50-gram ball. It is 137 yards and is 85% cotton and 15% cashmere. The cashmere just brings a super nice hand to the cotton. It lightens the cotton up a bit. Cotton can be very heavy, and so it's just got a very fine ply structure. I don't know if I can show it to you. It's a bunch of little plies plied together, and because it's cotton, it's going to be a little bit loose. So you probably would want to use a blunt tipped needle on this yarn. Because if you use something super pointy, you might split some stitches because it is loosely plied. So that is, oh, I'll get that later. So that is the Rowan cotton cashmere. Love it. And so we really look forward to seeing what else Dee Hardwicke is going to do, and we really look forward to seeing what new designer Rowan brings in for future collections. So it's really exciting to see creative people get to change up their inspiration. Okay. I couldn't stand having the ball of yarn on the ground. I had to pick it up. So next. You remember last week I mentioned that we are going to have a mystery knit along in the new year. The Tina Tse and Good Plus Us and Mitchell Creations, who is an indie dyer, the Electric Feel Mystery Knit Along Shawl. It starts on the 18th, but you can go sign up for it today. It is up on the Good Yarn website. It costs $12 to sign up for the knit along, and then you have to get your kit. And this pattern, it's a mystery knit along, and it is exclusive to a Good Yarn Sarasota for the 4 weeks of the knit along. So the only way to get this pattern and get in on it like right off the bat is to join our knit along. What day? Okay, the 18th is what day, Susan?
It's a Monday.
So it's a Monday. And what time?
Before they wake up.
Before they wake up. So you will wake up to the first clue in your email box. Now, we will be having Zoom events for the knit along participants if you need assistance. That is going to be run by our amazing Lori. Do we know what days those are going to be on? Saturday mornings. So Saturday morning Zooms to knit along together. You run into any issues, but then also Tina, the amazing designer, will be available via email to assist you if you run into any problems. So we will get you through it. Have no earthly idea what this is gonna look like, but what we do know is that it takes 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and we have 4 kits for you to choose from. And so we have 3 of them here for me to show you. The one we do not currently have, but it is on its way, is, I'm going to show you just the picture, is this one, which is gorgeous. When you go online and you want to sign up, these are numbered. So this is kit number 4. It's got this beautiful green blue one with this electric yellow, and then this is like browns and blues. You can see this picture online, and that is number 4. Let me get, but I have the other ones. So number 3 is this one, and we have not opened this one up yet. I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. So number 3, the 3 colors you will get. Oh, and now we know it's called electric. So this is it's Langenap sock is the yarn base. It is a 4-ply fingering weight, 25% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. 463 yards to 100 grams. And so we've got, and these are, look at this. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And then it is paired with this beautiful speckly purple. And then, so this has like a creamy, oh, so pretty, almost peach somewhere in the peach pink range, and then these dark burgundy almost into brown flecks. So this is kit number 3. Look at that. Are these colors custom, Susan?
I don't know.
We're not sure about that, but I'm looking at the tags, and the tags don't have any color names on them, so that's interesting. They're just beautiful. So that is number 3. Oh, so these are just for us. So if you like these yarns, this is where you get them. That is number 3. Number 2, I'm going to open up down here. So the thing that makes this set number 2 electric is, look at that. Oh my gosh, the iPad can almost not handle it. This is neon yellow. I mean, it is so very yellow. And this is paired with this gorgeous, look, gray with flecks of this almost emerald and forest green. And then this, I think this is the same. They're very similar. This is that pink with the flecks of, but this has more yellow in it. I don't know. Again, they're hand dyed. Each skein's going to be slightly different. Look. Oh, so pretty. So the gray in this is amazing. This is the gray. So these just beautiful. We'll put them back in the bag because there are a limited number of these. Some of you, if you order it, you're going to get the one that I showed off right here. And then kit number 1 is a little less electric, but no less gorgeous. Just in case the brights are not your style, look at that. Oh, this color, oh my gosh. Look at that. So it's definitely got undertones of like rosy, like vintage pinks and burgundies, and then these purples, and then this light. This is just a gorgeous skein of yarn, and it's paired with this like harvesty, orangey. Oh, that's delicious together. And then the pink speckle just mixes in beautifully. It's amazing seeing how these colors work together. Beautiful, beautiful job. We're so excited about this mystery knit along. Excellent. So all of these are up on the website. As I said, we have limited quantities, so if you're gonna want to jump in and get the colors that you want. And again, kit number 4 has the electric yellow, and I think this is the same as the purples, and then this amazing darker green with blues in it. So, now I have a little bit on the amazing designer, Tina Tse. She is going to be, as I said, available for assistance. I have an about Tina. Tina identifies as she, her. She is an American-born Chinese from Queens, New York, currently living in Metro Detroit, Michigan. Tina designs and manages a team that works on industrial knitting machines by day and creates hand knitting pattern designs by night. That is really cool. Oh, I would love to see what goes on with the industrial knitting machines. She started her career in the fashion industry as a knitwear specialist, working with designers to execute their knit fabric or garment ideas. Now she works in the sporting goods industry, developing technical textiles for non-apparel applications. This is absolutely fascinating. I can't imagine what she goes on in her brain and how she takes the knowledge that she gains from these other industries and applies them to hand knitting. I can't wait to see what this shawl looks like. She has published a knitting pattern in Pom Pom Quarterly Magazine issue 25, Nomadics Knits Magazine, and LITLG Magazine. Tina has worked with Knit Crate on several subscription boxes and was part of Woolfolk's Autumn Winter 2019 collection. Outside of knitting, Tina is passionate about sharing her experiences as an Asian American and advocate for proper representation of Asian identity. Please follow her on Instagram at tina.say.knits and subscribe to her Patreon. Okay, so she is, you want to jump on her Instagram and follow her. So now we have 2 Instagram people for you to follow, Dee Hardwicke and Tina Say. And, oh, and the Mitchell's Creations is an indie dyer out of New Orleans. So, is very excited about this mystery knit along, and I cannot wait to see it. Ooh, Wendy, you live in Michigan. Are you in Detroit? You know, I actually lived in Grosse Pointe for a very short period of time. I was like 2, so I don't remember it, but I lived there. Okay, now, one more thing of yarn that I want to show you. So, the amazing Susan F., who is one of the ladies, how do we spell her last name? Okay, so it is, okay, so her last name is T-S-E. So it's T-I-N-A-T-S-E Knits is the name of her company. Her Instagram handle is at Tina, T-I-N-A .S-A-Y .knits. So she made it fun on her Instagram. So instead of T-S-E, it's S-A-Y, but say is pronounced say. So that's super fun. 29 minutes south, you know, Wendy, everybody I know in Michigan is like, where are you from? I don't ever remember which hand it's supposed to be though. So Susan F. wore this in the other day and we all loved it, and I wanted to show it to you. This is the Beaubourg wrap pattern by Julie Knits in Paris. And it is a mixture of amazingly squishy garter and brioche. And here it is. Look at this. Oh, I'm showing you the back. Let's show you the front of it. So look at this. Isn't that amazing? It is so pretty. So what we have is you've got brioche, which here it is striped on both sides. And then we've got garter sections where the slip stitches continue through the garter, but on the back you can see you can't really see the slip stitches. And it is gorgeous, and it is deeply, deeply squishy. Oh, it's so squishy. Love it so much. Susan, I'm kind of squishing it onto my face. I hope you don't mind. I'm mangling your shawl. So it is just absolutely gorgeous. It is so squishy. It's a very straightforward pattern. If you want a lot of comfort knitting that you can wrap up in as it's getting cold, it is almost a blanket, but it's very simple brioche and then simple slip stitch work. And it's cool because, you know, brioche is reversible. So on this side you can see it's striped, so it's knit with 2 colors. On this side, you can see the slipped stitches are in the variegated, and it's got a gray background. And on this side, you can see the gray stitches are slipped, and it's got more of the variegated popping up. The wrap pattern is, oh, are we doing backwards? I forgot to, yeah, I forgot to do the magic wand thing. Magic wand. There, I switched. I gotta pretend I can do technology. Now I have to go back. There we go. Da-da-da! Beaubourg. But yes, so Susan also put it in the chat below. So this is knit. Oh, you know what? That flipping made the thing do weird stuff. Really weird. Interesting. So this is done and was designed for the Earth yarns, U-R-T-H, and the pattern calls for 4 skeins of one of their multicolor yarns and 4 skeins of what they call their monochrome yarns. And we went and pulled the colors that we have, that we have at least 4 skeins of each one. So, and here it is. See, I got a bucket of yarn. It's better than a bucket of chicken. So, this, and these don't have names at all. They have numbers. This is number 4058, this beautiful green, and this is the monochrome, and it would go beautifully with several of these. So it goes great with this one, which is color, this is 4012. So that one looks, I'm gonna put those two together. Then we've got, I love this neutral. This is 4062. It's this great sandy color. It's these beautiful browns, this great neutral. And I think, that's nice. I don't know. That's nice. It goes well with several of them. So what I'm going to do is show you the solids. The brioche is amazing. Then we've got, this is 4065. It's these gorgeous greens. And again, these greens would go with any of them, but I'm going to say this one. That's super fun, isn't it? So this color is 4003. Then we've got this dark gray, which I believe is what Susan used in her original. And this is 4063. Okay, that's not, okay, so the thing I just showed is not an Afghan. It's actually a wrap. It's not really big enough to be, but you could do it Afghan size. So what it is you're knitting stripes. Essentially, you're knitting stripes and doing brioche. You can really see it better on the garter section though. See, you're knitting stripes here, knitting stripes and slipping stitches. And then this part, the bottom part, every other part is brioche, but you're still knitting stripes. So you'll knit 2 rows of one color, and you have a main color and a contrast color. So it's stripes. Did I get that answer? This is 4063, the dark gray. I think this dark gray would look really cool with just about any of these. I really like it with this red and blue though. Look at that. Well, tag, get out of my way. So that, but then I also think this would go great with this. It's just, there's so many different, this is 4056, which is this dark blue. Absolutely beautiful. So this is just this is the monochrome worsted. So the variegateds we have at least 4 skeins of are these. So this one, which is the blues with the lime greens popping out, is 4003. This one, yeah, the dark blue is absolutely amazing. And the thing is I think like this would go great with this as a neutral, or you could bust out this green and it would be amazing. The colors go so well together. This is, what color is this? 4005. And again, this would go amazing with the dark blue, but it would also work great with the gray, or even this neutral color. I don't know. Yes? No? Depends on how crazy you want to get. So, then this is 4020. This one, I think this one goes really well with the dark green, but you could also pull off the blue or the gray. And then we've got 4011. What would this go best with? I like it with the tan. You could definitely mince this with the green. So it's just so much fun to put these colors together, and every single one is going to do a different effect. Now, if you wanted to, since you need 4 skeins of each, you could stick with one solid color and do several different variegateds and have all the colors, or you could stick with one variegated and move through the solids and have different effects. It's just a super fun pattern to play with. We also have, this will work. So this, here, let me tell you the yarn content. So this is 220 yards, worsted weight yarn, 100 grams, 100% extra fine superwash merino. So 220. Now, since it's sort of a knit till you run out of yarn kind of situation, we can substitute in lots of other worsteds, and we have these gorgeous options. So here is Studio Worsted, our neighborhood fiber company Studio Worsted. This is Lauraville, and we think this would look really great. Susan Finkelstein, who knit this one, picked this out with Stephen Towns. Look how beautiful that would be with the speckles. That would be awesome. And then we have Oakley is gorgeous with Basquiat. Look at that. So that would be super cool. But you know what? I think this could go with this. And this could go with this. So it is, we can just mix it up and have a lot of fun. And since I had so much fun playing with the earth, I went ahead and grabbed a couple more pieces that we have samples in that yarn. So I flipped it. So this is our own Catherine's Betty shawl. And it takes, I believe, 1 or 2 skeins of the earth. Let me check the label. So this takes 2 skeins of the earth worsted. It is a side to side, so it starts at this point and you do a simple combination of lace with some garter thrown in, and you can see how the worsted kind of moves through its colors. It's absolutely lovely. That's the monochrome. And then this is the ever popular Andrea Mowry's Night Shift. This takes 2 skeins of each, which opens up your, so I only pulled the colors that we definitely have 4 of. We have a few more colors that we only have 2 of, and as Susan has said, we can get pretty much any color combo you like. But look, this is Andrea Mowry's Night Shift using 2 different colors of the earth worsted. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, this is just knit and stripes and slip and stitches. There's nothing hard going on here, just a little bit of counting. You look at the back, you can see you don't carry any yarn along. Now, in the classes, we talk about my Tuesday night classes, one of them that will be coming up, I think it's in March, we will do a mosaic class, which is slip stitch color work. So, you'd like to see Andrea's on someone? I put it on a mannequin. Oh, keep going the wrong way. Here we go. Okay. So, there is. It's a side-to-side asymmetrical shawl, and that is how they hang. They're super fun, and I'm guessing that if you wanted to go with more yarn, you could make it bigger. So, boop. There we go. Getting it when it flips around, I have a hard time remembering what side it is. So those are the we got the earth yarns. The Dee Hardwicke books are very exciting mystery knit along, and all the classes we have coming up that we would love to see. I would love to have you in my Tuesday night classes. They are a lot of fun. There's a little bit of giggling. As I said, they run from 4 to 5. Sometimes we stay a little bit longer and have a little bit of a chit chat. It just happens. Because when you start talking about knitting, how are you going to stop? Hi, Joanna. So, now, Susan asked me to take a moment here at the end of our Facebook Live to see if any of y'all have any quick questions that you might have. I don't know. I don't know what you might want to ask, but if you have anything that you've been wanting to ask Susan or I, please, you can comment in the thing and I can try to watch it. That is night shift. Good, double check the tag. Yes, this is night shift. So there you go. That was one good question. Again, slip and stripes, knit and stripes and slip and stitches. It really doesn't get a whole lot easier than that. I call it cheater color work. I'm gonna squish some yarn.
I feel like there's no brioche, no. It's not hard.
So here is the brooch.
If you go look,
Okay. What is the difference between mosaic and brioche? That is an excellent question. Mosaic is literally knitting stripes and slipping stitches to create a color work pattern. Your instructions are going to be something like knit 3, slip 1, knit 3, slip 1, knit 3, slip 1, okay? When you are working the row back from the wrong side, you're knitting or purling the same stitches and slipping the same stitches, but with the yarn held in front so that is not seen on the front. Brioche is a technique that involves knitting one below. So what it is you're actually not knitting. There's technique to it. It's called, well, you don't knit one below anymore. They have things, they call them burps and burps. And what you have to do is you have to do a yarn over and you slip your stitch and then you knit the yarn over. They're very, very different. In practice, brioche produces a double thick fabric that is fully reversible and it has a pattern on both sides. Mosaic is a single thickness and it is not reversible. So if you look at the brioche is reversible and it is super thick. You can see all these little crossed stitches action. That is from those extra yarn overs. Old-fashioned fisherman's rib is a type of brioche, whereas the back of this says you can see the slip stitches on the front, but nothing on the back. Okay. Does that make sense? And there is a written explanation. I assume that is Catherine over there and sewing. So it's like very different. They're two very different techniques and they produce very different fabrics, even if they can present visually from the right side in similar ways. Brioche is wonderful and squishy and creates beautiful patterns, and I have no use for double thick patterns in Florida. I just don't need double thick fabric. They've been doing some beautiful stuff with it. Patent steek, that's interesting, you Johanna. Brioche takes a lot more yarn. In theory, I think so, yes, because it does compact vertically because there are a lot more slip stitches involved than is typically used in mosaic. So yes, it's going to compact more. So to go the same distance, you do need more yarn. See, listen to me, my big old explanation, Kat's just like, yup. I have a tendency to over elaborate. Yes, Nancy Marchand is the queen of brioche. That is an indisputable fact. She has long been the champion of brioche and really brought it into the modern era, and pretty much everyone who is writing brioche patterns are using the terminology and the stitches that she developed. It is a challenge to frog. It is the way to fix your mistakes in brioche is don't make mistakes. You just is very difficult to work and fix mistakes in brioche, but the results are stunning. Oh, she has a great craftsy class. That's cool. Okay, that was an excellent question. The other big difference between brioche and mosaic is I don't knit brioche. I love mosaic. Mosaic's my favorite because I am inherently a lazy knitter. I like something that looks like I did something super, super fancy, but in reality, I'm just knitting stripes and slipping stitches. So I'm a lazy knitter. I admit it. That's why I don't do really big things, because I don't like weaving in too many ends. Yeah. Confession time here.
I want to talk.
Oh, Susan would like to speak to y'all. So we have a guest appearance, and I will see y'all next year. Dun, dun, dun.
I just wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year. And thank you all for spending time with Barbara and Kat and I in the background every Wednesday. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to a lot of new things in the new year, and hopefully finding a way eventually, probably not till the spring or summer, to get us back to some sort of new normalcy. But I really want to thank you all for your support through this past year, and your support for Barbara during her Facebook Lives and what we've been doing. We think it's a lot of fun. I hope that you all are enjoying it as much as we are. I look forward to working with her. She's dancing in the background. Working with her every week to get things ready to show you, and we have a lot of fun with it. So I just wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year, a big thank you, and let's look forward to a safe, healthy, happy, learning New Year in 2021. And let's see, how do I end this, Barbara?
Push finish, it's in the lower right corner.
See? I don't know how to do this. She's the expert. So anytime you have any questions or need any information, please feel free to email us at info@agoodyarnsarasota.com. I try and catch them all, so I'm okay if you email me twice, because sometimes I need a little nudge. But again, Happy New Year, everybody. Here's to lots of knitting and learning new things and seeing new yarns. So we'll talk to you next week.